adding too much fat. These are perfect if you have an air fryer. It's really a must-have. And also for putting the correct amount of oil on everything else you're cooking too. And a genius invention, and it's so nice to have you here presenting it.
So good to be here. Hey, mwah.
Well, okay, so you get two.
Sure, absolutely.
It's $20, $19.98 for two. You're going to choose yellow, red, or blue. Tell us how these work.
So let's talk about it. This is a patented trigger that was designed by Evo, and it's the first non-aerosol trigger sprayer to actually atomize oil. And with each pull of the trigger, you're going to get just a quarter teaspoon. But it's not just about a quarter teaspoon, it's how it sprays it. So to show you that, and to show you, one of the problems in the kitchen, when we go to use oil on our foods, all right, what we do is we take a bottle out and we drizzle. Well, here's a quarter teaspoon, okay? Notice how I don't get very far. So what happens is you pick up your bottle of oil and you start pouring it over your food. So you wind up using lots of oil. A lot of it goes in the pan or the bowl. Excess calories, wasted oil. With this patented trigger, you can take that same amount of oil. Now I'm using chili oil, so you can see this here. Check this out. Over this large entire area.
Wow.
I've spread it. Now
that's the same as this?
Same as this. And what's great about it, as a chef, when somebody owns a restaurant, I've spread a little bit of oil over a large area. So I get just the right amount of oil. I get the better flavor, better results, and I'm not wasting oil and adding excess calories. It changes the way I use oil in the kitchen.
Fantastic.
I never open oil anymore, just to fill my bottles.
So you can use this for coating your baking sheets, for doing your salad dressing, saute, grilling, all those things. And again, as Rick showed you, the unique design nozzle dispenses the exact amount of oil each time, so you get control over the amount of oil and the calories.
Yeah, so here's another great example. Vegetables, meats, you name it, whatever you're using it for, instead of pouring the oil, rubbing it with your hands, now you can actually spray the oil right directly onto your food. And what I love about this is that it spreads the oil, okay? You get that coverage. When you pour the oil, it's a heavy stream. This is an entire sheet of vegetables that was 1 1/4 teaspoons of oil I use for all these vegetables. So you're getting it right on the food. Here's the other great thing, okay? Not only just when you're spraying it directly on your food, if you're somebody who's cooking, instead of buying those aerosols with chemicals and things like that, now in this case I'm going to use balsamic just so you can see it. Check this out. 1/4 teaspoon covers this entire pan. So you use your favorite vegetable, coconut oil, canola oil, you name it. That's that. That's a 1/4 teaspoon.
This is all he put into that pan, you guys.
That's right. So, you're using less, you're saving calories, you're not wasting the money. Let's face it, good expensive olive oils, they cost a lot of money, right?
Okay, come on in here. Again, I showed you your color choices. You get 2 yellows, 2 reds, or 2 blues, but you're also getting this little funnel, pardon me, which you put in to pour the big bottle of oil into your Evo sprayer. And then you also get these little neck tags, which are reversible. So each one has 2 names. So you can put what's in there. Okay, so here's another one. This one says vegetable oil. Then you can turn it inside out and it says olive oil. So you get all of those. There's 4 of them and they each have 2 sides.
That's right. So let's walk down here and talk about air frying. You just said this is a must-have if you have an air fryer, because with air frying, you can fry with little to no oil. But a little oil gives you flavor and extra crispness, okay? Now again, I'm going to grab this chili oil so you can really see. You get your French fries, your onion rings, your wings. Check this out. I give it 3 quick spritzes. I've actually covered those fries with a slight mist of oil. 3/4 of a teaspoon for this whole pile of fries. I'll get incredible flavor and crispness. I'll use so little oil. You could never do that if you were trying to pour it out of a bottle. It's a heavy stream. Air frying, an essential accessory. If you want to do things like salads and you want to really control the calories, again, you can actually go right onto your plates, and instead of using tablespoons, and here's a really important point, you have to pull the trigger with some speed so it gives you that mist. The closer you are, the more focused, the further away, the wider the fan. Here I'm going to go in with the oil, and again, it's just this easy. You can add a teaspoon, that was a teaspoon of oil covering this entire tray. It changes how you're using the oil. Here I have steamed corn. Again, you want to add something instead of butter. Check this out. I can actually just go right in here with some chili oil. And again, you see how I covered the corn. It gets into the little nooks and crannies. It's just a little bit of oil, but the flavor is so much better.
I'm reading my customers' minds. Can I put melted butter in there and spray it?
We cannot, because there's butter fats that solidify with butter.
Yeah,
so you don't want to do that.
So this is basically for what? Different types of oils?
Any oil that doesn't have solids or any vinegars. Soy sauces, things like that. How about sesame oil?
Got it.
How about if you're doing something a little bit fancier here, a little bruschetta, right? Or excuse me, a little caprese salad. Again, I want to get close to the plate so I can control Now I'm just doing little half bursts.
That's genius.
And check that out. I put it right onto the food. Now I can put my oil on here. And again, you only use a quarter teaspoon at a time. So now it's on the food, not all over the plate, not wasting. Now here's something really important, Carol, I want to show, because if you're getting this for the first time, you're going to notice when you get the Evo sprayer, this is really important, the tube itself is actually curved. If you get this tube, you want it to always be facing in the same direction as the trigger. So when you put it into the bottle, okay, you're going to notice something. As you tilt the bottle, the tube goes into the oil. If you notice that tube is facing the other way, just turn the tube.
Yeah, because you won't get everything in the bottle that way. That's
exactly.
So make sure the curve points towards the handle. Same direction. Okay, got it. You know, again, so many times we're adding too much oil, too much salad dressing. It makes the food soggy. You're getting too many calories. You don't need that much.
You don't.
But it's hard to measure appropriately without this sprayer because you're using a little spoon or something.
That's right.
You're trying to drizzle it on, which is not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Here's another great example. Any steamed vegetables, again, I'm using cauliflower here. You want to get just a little oil in all those little nooks and crannies. Check this out. That right there is a teaspoon of oil. I covered an entire plate with just the right amount. I keep talking about as a chef, it's better flavor with less oil and less waste.
And you know, the whole point of an air fryer is that you use little or no oil.
Bit.
So this is the definite accessory for an air fryer. If you've got one of those, you need one of these. And you're actually getting two. Yellow is last call. There's 4 dozen left. We also have red and we have the blue. They come with the funnel. They come with the little neck labels. So you're all set. Pick the color that you want. Rick, I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit.
Okay, thank you. We've got his great knife sharpener coming up as well. Okay, so we have a top find of the show from Le Creuset. And it's been super popular since we debuted it. When was it, like the beginning of the month or something? It's been super popular.